Oh, get ready, get ready, get ready. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, yeah, it's me. It's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you live once more again. Also, what I need for you to do, sit back, relax, put on your headgear. Oh, my worthless 2 cents is about to put something in your ear. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, yeah, it's me. It's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you live once more again with another episode. With another episode. With another episode of Table Talk with your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy. Once more again, it is Wednesday, so do you know what time it is? Tell me, do you know what time it is? Check the clock. It's 8:05, and I'm on here live. There it is. Look, thank y'all so very much for tuning in. Thank you for dropping by. Hey, Miss Julie. Thank you. I'm so grateful and honored that I have this moment to be able to be up in here. Look, I won't be before you long. Like them old country preachers say, I won't be before you long, and I won't. All I'm gonna do is pop in and I'm gonna pop out. You know, as I was on my way home, my number one fan, Miss Julie. Miss Julie, thank you so very much. She posted the flyer for me today, and she's like, "Well, Mr. Lewis, I don't know what your show's gonna be about. Are you okay with that?" Miss Julie, I'm just fine with that, because you know what? That gave me some inspiration. It gave me some time to think on that long drive home. It gave me some time to really reflect and on what it was going to be about. And as I was sitting and you know, I never have a subject. I never really have a topic, especially when I'm up here by myself. I just say, Lord, use me. Whatever it is you want to come out of my mouth, I'm gonna just let that come out my mouth. Some may like it, some may not. Those that don't, if you don't like what I'm saying, take it up with him. You know, just call him. You know, he on the main line. Call him, tell him you didn't like what I said. But I am going to allow him to use me. And how I can do that is be open, honest, and transparent. And I thank you, Miss Julie, because I'm going to use exactly what you put up there. And it took me a minute. Because look, I didn't even see what it was, Miss Julie. It took me a minute. Have the courage to begin again. Having the courage to begin again. And y'all, if you don't know anything, old country boy, myself, that's me, country boy. I can never tell another person's story. I can never tell another person's journey, because I can never give another person the justice of their story, of their journey. The only person, this old boy, and I'm not fully adequate to talk about that, but the only person that I have some true knowledge of is myself. The only person's journey that I can really tell y'all about, that I have some inside information on, is my own. And I don't do that because I'm trying to brag about anything that's happened to me. I don't do it because I think that I'm better than anybody. I share my journey because God has blessed me on this journey. No matter where I've been on this journey, no matter what the journey has looked like, no matter what any of the steps have looked like, God has blessed me through it. So I come, it's my testimony. Every time y'all see me up on here, let me tell you something. Every time you see me and you hear my big old mouth, let me tell y'all, you know what that is? If you want to see a testimony, that's when you see me here, it's a testimony. It's a testimony to God. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I am nothing. I am nothing more than a filthy rag. Nothing more. But I thank God that he uses me. He picked this old filthy rag. And I'm no different than anybody else, but I'll say he picked this old filthy rag to be able to share, and to be able to share open, honest, and transparent. Let me tell y'all something. Thank you, Miss Julie. Thank you. Having the courage to begin again. Y'all may wonder, what do I know about beginning again? Let me tell y'all something. I've been at the lowest of the lows. I have been at the bottom of the barrel. I have been there. I have lost it all, but having the courage to begin again. I have walked away from things and walked away from people, and I've had people walk away from me. Having the courage to begin again. See, oftentimes people don't understand. Well, oftentimes people don't truly understand what it takes to start over. A lot of times people don't get it. They don't understand. They think you're where you are. They think you where you are because of this and that. And people gave you, let me tell you something. You're right, Miss Julie. Read the rest of it. Start where you are and use what you have. See, having the courage to begin again. I don't care where that beginning is. I've had to begin again after failed relationships, after relationships. Yeah, I've had four of them. I am I'm almost an expert at I'm a four-time successful divorcee. So, but having the courage to begin again. I have lost my parents. I've lost family members. I've lost cousins. Having the courage to begin again. But where you begin, you start where you are and you use what you got. Wow. Having the courage to begin again. You start right where you are. You may not, well, I don't have all of this. And how some of us, wow, how some of us want to wait till we get it all together. That's like some folks, I don't know why this is the other thing that just popped in my mind. Some folks say, well, I want to get my life together before I give my life to God. Start where you are. See, because if you're waiting to get it together, if you're waiting to get it together, see, how you think you're going to get it together? You have to start where you at. Start where you at. And I don't care where it is. I don't care if you start when you're in the liquor store. I don't care if you start when you're in the dope house. I don't care if you start when you're in the whole house. But you start where you are at. And you use what you have. You start from that very moment. Some people try to gain it all and say, now I want to do it. Oh, I got it all together now. See, for me, and I ain't preaching, but I'm giving my testimony. God didn't get me on the mountaintop. God didn't get me when I had it all together. God didn't say, okay, well, hey, I'm not going to bother you now because you're still. He took me right where I was. Right where I was. In the midst of hoeing, in the midst of drinking, in the midst of smoking, in the midst of clubbing, in the midst of everything. He took me right where I was. And he said, from this point, use what you have. But I ain't got a lot. Use what you have. See, I'm from the country. I'm an old country boy. See, and when I grew up, we used to cook. Mama and them used to cook what they use what you got. Don't you use what you got. Start where you're at. Don't worry about all the things you ain't got. My God, because you got so much. Sometimes we think that what we have is limited, but what we have is so much. What we have is so much. Sometimes I have gotten so down on myself because I didn't have this and I didn't have that. And all the time forgetting what I did have. That's kind of like relationships. That's kind of like relationships. Sometimes we wish that this person could be this, and oh, I wish they could be that, and I wish they could be like this, or if they were, but what are they? But what are they? We want so much, but we're not grateful for what we have. I'm sorry, there go again. I ain't talking about nobody. Let me correct myself, because I don't want nobody to think I'm pointing nothing. I have been one of the most ungrateful because I was not grateful for what I had. Start where you are, use what you have. Often thinking I don't have enough, I'm not enough. Start where you are, use what you have, what God has already given you. He's giving you breath, He's giving you strength, He's giving you a sound mind. Start where you are, use what you have to get to where He's trying to take you. Start where you are. Use what you have to get to where He's trying to take you. But I often thought that I had to be this, or I had to be that, or I had to be like this in order to be accepted by them. And only thing I know for me now is I don't care about acceptance from them as long as I'm accepted by Him. That's just me. That's me in my house. That's just me in my house. Have the courage to begin again. Have the courage to get up. Have the courage to stand on your truth. Have the courage to be you, authentically who you are called to be, not who others are trying to make you be, but who you are called to be. Be all you can be. Let me tell you something. I heard this, and I even got a shirt that said it. Be you. Be you. My friend Elizabeth Parrish gave me this quote, and I was like, girl, I'm going to take that and I'm putting it on the shirt. It says, be you, because everyone else is already taken. Be you, because everyone else is already taken. Why are you trying to be somebody else? Just be you. Country boy, just be you. Be you. Because guess what? Being you will attract the ones it's supposed to attract, and being you will make the ones who ain't supposed to flee. That's what happens when you be you. Be authentically who God has called you to be. You ain't got to imitate nobody. Be you. Stand on your truth. You know, some people want to convince you to believe what they believe, or feel how they feel, or think how. Stand on your truth. I'm not saying that their truth is right. I ain't saying that it's wrong. It's theirs, whatever it may be. I ain't got no dog in that fight. That's your truth. Stand on yours. I'm gonna stand on mine. See, what was that was said? If you stand for nothing, if you stand for nothing, I'm going to say it. I heard this a long time ago, and I'm sure a whole bunch of other folks have heard it. If you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. Stand on your truth. Maybe some folks can't stand. Maybe I wasn't standing on my truth because I didn't even realize what my truth was. I didn't even realize who I was. And most importantly, I didn't even realize whose I was. I thought that my belonging was to belong here and to fit there. It's not. It's to be genuinely and authentically who God has created me to be. And for each and every one of you to be genuinely and authentically who God has created you to be. See, what an dishonor. I'm going to say it. What a complete dishonor I was. What a complete dishonor I was. Me, by not being who He created me to be, by trying to be somebody else. Didn't He know me? He created me, but I wanted to be like somebody else. And He's sitting up there going like, but I made you. I made you, and I made you perfect. You ain't got to be like nobody else, because I made them who they are, but I made you who you are. Stand on yourself. Stand on the truth. Whether people like you, stand on it. Whether people hate you, stand on it. Whether they cheer for you, stand on it. Whether they boo you, stand on it. Stand on it. Stand on it. And you start right where you are. You start right there. You have everything. I have everything. And I have everything because it was given to me by my Creator. I'm not no better than anybody else. I'm not sitting up claiming that I'm better than this and I'm better than that. See, in order for me to claim that I'm better than somebody means I have to be in competition with somebody. And I ain't. So it ain't about me being better than you or nothing more than you, because it ain't even about you. What I am and what I will say is I'm better today than I was yesterday. Why? Because I right where I was, and I used right what I had. I used all that he had given me, all that he had poured into me to be the best me, to be the best version of myself. To see myself not as others see me. See, because when folks look at you, ooh, let me tell you something. Let me give you a little insight on something. When folks look at you, they looking through their lens. When folks look at you, they are looking through their lens. When folks look at you, they're judging you through their lens. Understand that. But see, when you see yourself, not as folks see you through their lens, but you see yourself as God sees you. Not how folks see you. Because guess what? Let me tell you something about folks. If folks having a bad day, they're going to see you in a bad way. Say it again. You catch that when you get to the house. If folks are having a bad day, they will see you in a bad way. That's why I be talking about don't let nobody else influence you. Don't let their attitude, because that's them. That's them. That's them, how they are. So now they're trying to infect you with what they are having. But when you see yourself through the lens of the one that created you, and what did he say about his creation? It is wonderfully and marvelously made. What did he say about his creation? It is the head and not the tail. What did he say about his creation? Man, have the courage. Have the courage to begin again, no matter how many times this old world has knocked me down. Every single time God has picked me up. Have the courage to begin again, no matter how many times this old world has said you ain't good enough. God has said, but you are marvelously and wonderfully made. No matter how many times this world has talked down to me, God has always talked me up. Have the courage. Have the courage to sometimes, most of the times, a lot of times, what we have to do is lock our ears to the insane world. Because sometimes the world is insane. And if we listen too much, it will make us insane. We have to block out and lock out and close our ears to what the world is saying, because the world has become judgmental. It wants to judge everything based on how it feels and how it sees something. It wants to, today is this, tomorrow it'll be like this. But see, when you see yourself through the lenses of God, he has never changed. He didn't change from my grandma. He didn't change from my great grandma. He ain't changed from my mama. He ain't changed from my daddy. He hadn't changed from me. He hadn't changed from my children. He has never changed but the world. What they say, this ain't the same world. It may not be the same world, but it's the same God. It may not be the same world, but it's the same God. And it is God who created this world. So do I want to move how the world moves? Because I'm telling you, it's up to date, down the mark, up to date, down the mark. This is okay. Now this is not okay. This is good. Now this is not good. This is acceptable. Now this is not acceptable. Stand on your truth. Be authentically who you are, who you've been created to be. You ain't got to be like nobody else because you can't be like nobody else because everybody else is already taken. Be who you are. Be who you are. Stand on who you are. Stand on that truth. Stand on that. And if you fall, get back up on that. And when it knocks you down again, get back up on that. Let me tell you something about what this world can do. Let me tell you something that this world can do. This world will knock you down, but let me tell you something about this world, what it can't do. It can't keep you down. See, here's the thing. This world may have knocked me down, but the world couldn't keep me down. And if I stayed down, it wasn't because of the world, it was because of myself. That's accountability. The world can't keep you down, but you can keep yourself down. But I'm here today to tell you, get up. I'm here today to encourage you to start right. I don't know how. We'll start where you're at. I don't know what to do. Use what you got. That's what I'm here this night to encourage you, to uplift you, and to support you and tell you, you are unique. You are marvelously and you are wonderfully made. You are made in the image of the Father. You are perfect, just like you are. You don't have to imitate. You don't have to try to be like somebody. You don't have to be you. Be you. And be the best dadgum you that you can be. You know, like the old country boys say, y'all gonna be sick of me. Yes, you will. Because I'm gonna continually be me. I'm gonna continually stand on me each and every day. Each and every day. That I know that I was created in the image of God. You are created in his image. You are perfect. Get up, stand up, and move forward. Because I can promise you this, if you don't move forward, you will be exactly where you're at. If you don't move forward, you will be exactly where you're at. And guess what? Let me tell you this. That's okay. But remember, that's your choice. That's your choice. If you want to stay where you are, don't say nothing about nobody else. Don't blame it on nobody. Say, guess what? And that's fine. I choose to be here. I choose not to move forward. I choose to hold on to this anger. I choose to hold on to this hatred. I choose to hold. That's okay because that's your choice. But don't put it on nobody else. Don't put your choice on nobody else because that's what you chose to do and where you chose to be. Because if you don't want to be there, you don't have to be there. If you don't want to stand in that spot, then get up and move forward to the next spot. Oh, but it's hard. And what ain't? And what ain't? Oh, but it's so difficult. And what ain't? Oh, what ain't? It's easy to give up. The difficult part is to keep pushing forward. But pushing forward is so well worth it. Thank you, Miss Julie, for giving me inspiration. Thank you. I appreciate it. Have the courage. Have the courage. Have the courage. Have the courage. Get up and try again. I don't care if that means just moving a toe. If you can move a toe, move a finger, have the courage to get up and move. Have the courage to get up. How do I do it? Start where you are and use what you have. Start where you are and use what you have. You are wonderful. You are made in the image of God. Often imitated, never duplicated. And that is each and every one of you. There's no one else like you. No one else has your set of fingerprints. Nobody. So leave your prints on this world. Leave your mark on this world. Be who you have been called to be. Even if that means you have to stand alone. Stand. 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 Even if you have to walk alone. Walk. 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 Even if you have to cry alone. Cry. 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 But don't you give up. Don't you give in. Start where you are and use what you have. And that's all I got for you tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the inspiration, Miss Julie. Thank you for the support. Thank each and every one of you. Hey, Auntie, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it. If y'all don't know, when I come here, I'm telling y'all, this is my war room. This is the place that I come. This is, for me, this is the holy ground. When I come in here and I'm able to just have this conversation, and I often say this is a conversation that I'm having with God, but I openly allow y'all to eavesdrop on the conversations that we are having, because I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of where I've come from. I'm not ashamed of what God has done in my life. This is my testimony. How do you come here? How do you come here week after week? Because it's easy. It's easy. It's easy for me to tell you how good he's been in my life. It's easy. It's easy for me to sit up here and openly tell you I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes and I will make some more. It's easy. But I know who my waymaker is. I look to the hills, which cometh my help. All my help comes from the Lord. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed to say that sometimes this thing gets weary. But I know who my anchor is. Because my soul has been anchored in the Lord. So, but anyway, I thank y'all. I thank y'all. I thank y'all. When I tell you these things, I'm not just saying them as cliches. I'm not just saying them. I'm saying them because it's from my heart. That I believe God has given each and every one of us three things: vision, purpose, and instruction. Vision, purpose, and instructions. Vision, purpose, and instructions. Each one of us has our own. And when you don't follow them and understand each and every one of us, the vision, the purpose that God has placed on each and every one of us. Why? Because whatever your purpose is, can't nobody do it but you. Whatever your vision is, can't nobody fulfill it but you. That's why I push this. Can't nobody, there's somebody waiting on whatever it is, whatever purpose that God has given you, whatever vision that He has given you. Somebody is waiting on you to fulfill it and for you to walk in it. Because when you walk in yours, that enables them to walk in theirs. You are the key for somebody else's lock. Your vision is the key for somebody else. When you walk in it, your purpose, others will see and go, wow, now I can. You unlock somebody else's. That's why we're all tied together in this. Purpose, your vision. And the most important thing is the instruction. There will be in this journey of life people who will try to pull you away from your vision, who will try to separate you from your purpose. It will happen. It's meant to happen. But understand this: when they tell you you're too tall, you're too short, you're too old, you're too young, you're too dark, you're too bright, your hair too long, your hair too short. When they tell you these things, understand this, that they are called dream killers. And purpose stoppers. Don't allow. But when you hear them saying those things, understand this is those people use that as encouragement because they see what you're doing and they actually believe it more than you, and they don't want you to accomplish it. So they believe and they like, oh, they can really do it. Let me deter them. So you walk in it. You walk boldly in it. You walk boldly in it. And when I tell you, I support the purpose and the visions that God has given each and every one of you. I don't know all of you personally, but I'm always here to encourage, to support you, to push you, to follow, to walk in whatever it is that God has given you. I don't care if it's a nail salon, nail paint, baby. I don't care if it's a hairdresser, curl some braids. I don't care if it's a mechanic, turn some wrenches. I don't care if it's an author, write some pages. I don't care if it's a movie producer, produce. I don't care if it's a singer, sing. I don't care what it may be. If it's a painter, brush it on, baby, brush it on. Whatever it is, if it's a teacher, teach. If it's a preacher, preach. Whatever it is that God has placed inside of you, do it. Walk in it. How do I walk in it? Start where you are. Use what you have. That's how. And lastly, but not leastly, woke up this morning and you open your eyes and you cleaned out your ears and you tried to hear. But the words of the country boy were just not clear. If you was rolling out there today and you was looking up and you was looking down, looking over here and looking all around, but you still didn't hear this wonderful sound. Well, here it is, 9:43. Houston time. I tell each and every one of you this. I tell you this with my chest stuck out and a smile on my face. And know this. I love you. I love you. I love you unconditionally. unconditionally. And there ain't nothing, absolutely positively nothing that you can do about it. Not a thing. Because guess what? My love is not tied to what you do for me. My love is tied to God up above. So I love you unconditionally. So with that being said, thank y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I love you. Y'all have a wonderful night. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. And I will see y'all on Monday. We out of here. Oh, yeah. If you get a chance tomorrow night, sorry. If you get a chance tomorrow, 4 p.m., the block 105. The block 105. I will be on at 4 p.m. tomorrow. The block 105. I'm interviewing a young lady from Fellowship, the queen of the ship, Miss Tandra Turner. I will be interviewing her. I'll be playing her interview that we did. It will be on the block 105 tomorrow at 4 p.m. So once more again, thank y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Oh, Country Boy is up out of here. I'm gone.